Well, for Penn State volleyball fans, our next guest needs no introduction. A 1994 men's volleyball national champion, 97 All-American, and the longtime head coach at the College of Charleston, and the newest honor, the 2020 EIVA Hall of Famer, Jason Kepner. Jason, really appreciate the time. How are things going?
It's going great. I've really enjoyed the time that I've gotten a chance to spend with my family down here, and the opportunities that it's created, but looking forward to kind of getting back into some actual volleyball. Will be a nice change of pace.
Well, I read the resume. You heard the last honor, the 2020 EIVA Hall of Fame class. What does that honor mean to you in your volleyball career?
It means a lot. I mean, I think that I've had such great opportunities that Penn State has provided for me and given me such a platform to play a sport that I've loved, and to be a Hall of Famer for the EIVA is just something that I couldn't have done it without Penn State or all my teammates and everything. So I'm super excited for the opportunity, and super humbled by what it means and all the people that have helped make it possible.
Speaking of those teammates, you were just a freshman in 1994 when you won that national championship. I know you guys had a Zoom call a couple of days ago to reconnect. What was it like to see those guys again, and what memories do you have of that exciting season?
Man, that was probably one of my favorite things that I've done over this last month when we've been sitting around here and just seeing everyone's face. And I've had a chance to stay in touch with some people a little more than others, and but get a chance to see everybody and talk with everybody. And you remember some of the stories that people tell, but there's others that you completely forgot about. And just listening to them and their context, and watching everybody's reaction to the story being told was just priceless, and something that I'll cherish for a long time. And I'm hoping that it's something we'll do on a more regular basis.
What did it mean at that time for Penn State to win a collegiate volleyball national championship, considering its geographic location?
I mean, I think that it was something that we've always talked about was possible, and you're always kind of looking for the opportunity to do it. But I don't know how many people actually believed a team outside of the West Coast was going to win a national championship, because volleyball was such a West Coast sport. That I think that as the match went on, and as the season went on, and then as that match went on, I felt like the energy in the crowd just slowly started to change a little more, in the excitement of Ramon basically having 38, 39 kills, whatever he had, and us coming back from that 11-4 deficit in the fourth game. I really felt the excitement from not just Penn State fans, but just the Midwest fans and all the other East Coast schools, and everyone that was around there was cheering for us. So I really thought that it was just a changing in the sport of volleyball being a sport for the entire country versus just the West Coast. So I think it meant a ton to not just Penn State people, but to everyone outside of the West Coast. I don't think the West Coast people liked it that much, but I think everyone else did.
Then to cap your career as an All-American as a senior, and you still rank statistically among some of the best in Penn State volleyball history. When you reflect on your accomplishments as a Nittany Lion, what really stands out to you?
I think that what stands out to me is just the growth that I had from my freshman year through my senior year as a volleyball player, as a teammate, and just the relationships that I've had with people over time, and the people that had such a huge impact on me that senior year. I think that your freshman year, you learn a ton, but then what do you really do with it? I think that that's something that I had the opportunity to learn a lot my freshman year from such a great group of guys, hardworking, dedicated players, and then continuing on with a couple of those guys for a few more years, and then capping it off with my senior year and having an opportunity. I think I grew a ton as a player from some good and bad throughout the time, and just learning how to deal with the negative, learning how to deal with failure, learning how to deal with a loss here and there from people that probably were a little more mentally tough than I was going into college. I think that's the biggest thing that I learned is by the time I was a senior, I was much more mentally tough than I was going in as a freshman, just from the experience that I had with the guys I played with.
Did you always know that you'd be a volleyball lifer then in some ways? When did coaching become the journey for you, and what's it been like in your 13 years as the head women's coach down in Charleston?
No, I really didn't think I would be a lifer. My original plan was after college and everything was to go to law school and kind of look into that path, and things just kind of opened up a little bit to continue playing after college. I was fortunate to have that opportunity, and then when I got back, I was fortunate to kind of get into coaching while I was living in Vegas with just coaching a boys team with a friend of mine out there, and just kind of had some opportunities and really enjoyed that path, and lucked out a little along the way to get my first head coaching job, and then to get a chance to go to Pittsburgh with Salima, who was a Penn State, amazing Penn State player there, and then being in college in Charleston for 13 years is just been an outstanding opportunity. I've really enjoyed my time here. I've got a chance to coach some really good volleyball players, and the school supports volleyball very well. And it's just been such a great program before I even arrived here. I think that's been the biggest thing. I kind of came in here, and I always tell people they had won 4 straight championships before I got here, and my job was just to not screw it up and go backwards. So I think I've been able to at least hold on and maintain a little bit of the tradition that the program's had over the years.
Well, Jason, I'm sure the EIVA honor won't be the last in your career. Congratulations, and hope you and the kids stay safe down there. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Stay safe, everybody.